Hey everybody, Motumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena. And we have a really special deck that I'm excited to bring to everybody for more than one reason. But real quick, as always, before we hop into today's deck, just want to remind everybody, if you enjoy the deck, please like, comment, subscribe, check out all those cool links down below, join the Discord. Anything you do to help interact with the channel does help. So with that being said, let's hop right into today's deck, and we are calling it Troll Me Mastery. So just a few short videos ago, we were playing a different version of this deck, and it was a Triumphant Reckoning, Mizzix's Mastery, Curses deck. We were trying to get as many curses into play. But what one of our friends in Discord that goes by the name of JohnWayne, he basically reworked the deck a little bit, and he decided to make it a fun or a funny, memey land destruction enchantment deck. So instead of just necessarily cursing our opponent, we're going to curse them a different way, and that is going to be thanks to the curse of them not having lands and not being able to play Magic. So we'll probably see a lot of salty wins, or a lot of salty ropes, a lot of salty concessions. But that's what we're trying to do with this deck, and that's what happens when you're trying to play land destruction. You really are just trying to lock your opponent out of the game, prevent them from doing anything else, and having your fun that way. And I know some people are on the fence with it. Some people don't like land destruction. Some people don't like mill. But again, you can't make everybody happy. But again, the version of this deck is mostly thanks to JohnWayne from Discord, not from old Western movie fame. But we took his version. We changed a few cards. We added Haphazard Bombardment because we love Haphazard Bombardment. So we're going to hopefully be able to hit some extra lands with that as well. And yeah, and one additional disclaimer about this deck in advance. This deck is for the memes. This is not a competitive deck at all. You will lose with this deck quite often. There are a lot of decks, especially if you're not, if your opponent is actually interacting with you or your graveyard, you can lose a very high percentage of games. Luckily, while we were playing, we had some pretty good win streaks, but again, we did lose plenty of games. But we're going to bring you the really fun games. I'm not actually going to bring in the losses, because the losses, when we lost, we just lost. There was just nothing to do about it. So let's talk about this deck. Again, this deck centers around trying to cheat things into play. Basically cheat Triumphant Reckoning. This 9 mana sorcery. Again, 9 mana is a lot of mana, but thanks to Historic, we don't have to worry about that. So we are trying to cast this with a ton of enchantments in our graveyard. So Triumphant Reckoning, 9 mana, return all artifact, enchantments, and planeswalkers from the graveyard to the battlefield. And we are trying to do that thanks to Mizzix's Mastery for 4 mana, exile a card in our graveyard. That's an instant or a sorcery, so Triumphant Reckoning in this case. And then when it's exiled, you get to copy it and then cast it for free. So again, paying 4 mana for a 9 mana spell is busted, and that's what we're going to do. And how do we do that? Well, we have 10 cards in our deck that actually allow us to discard cards, draw cards. It's going to help filter through our deck. And what this does is this is going to allow us to put all of these expensive enchantments that we have in our hand into the graveyard. And it's also going to allow us to put the Triumphant Reckoning from our hand into our graveyard, and then allow us to cast it for 4 mana thanks to Mizzix's Mastery, and hopefully just win the game on the spot. So we do have 4 copies of Faithless Looting. The great thing about Faithless Looting is it's 1 mana. We get to draw 2, discard 2. So we do lose a little bit of card advantage here, but again, this is exactly what we're trying to do. It also has Flashback for 3 mana, so we do get to cast it twice. We have 3 copies of Faithful Mending for the exact same reason. For 2 mana, we get to gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. And then we also get to flash it back for 3 mana. So we also get to cast this twice. And then on top of that, because this is 2 mana as well, Thrilling Discovery, it's kind of a combination of the other 2 cards, except we don't get to cast this twice. But we do get to gain 2 life, we get to discard 2 cards, and then if we do, we get to draw 3 cards. So overall, we have 10 draw discard spells in our deck. But then we have the ability to cast them 17 times because we get to flashback 2 different ones. So really, 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 we should never be short on ways to draw cards and discard cards. We do have 4 copies of Wrath of God. Again, in case we're playing aggro decks, we need to be able to stabilize what's happening. We need to be able to mitigate damage. This will control the board. So Wrath of Gods definitely are needed. So let's just hit on the enchantments. We have 2 copies of Bolas's Clutches. This just says it's an enchantment, gain control of Enchanted Permanent, and Enchanted Permanent is legendary. This itself is a legendary card, so we can only have one of these in play. If we put both these in the graveyard, we're not going to be able to take 2 things. So, but again, though, it is a way to actually gain control. We do have 4 copies of Lay Claim. This is almost the exact same thing as in Bolas's Clutches. However, it doesn't have anything to do with legendaries. On top of this, what it also does is this actually cycles. So pay 2 mana, discard it from our hand, draw a card. This is the cycling ability. We're also going to be able to just put in our graveyard, draw additional cards. So maybe we just need to get rid of this, and then we're able to draw cards like Mizzix's Mastery, or maybe Wrath of God, or maybe some of our other draw and discard spells. So these in the graveyard, we want as many of these in the graveyard as well. And with the Lay Claims and the Bolas's Clutches, we can also steal our opponent's lands. So we don't actually have to steal better cards with that. We can use these as land destruction spells because we could be potentially stealing. Then let's just hit the last of it. We have 4 copies of Haphazard Bombardment. Again, one of my favorite cards on Arena. I do love the randomness effect of it as well. So 6 mana. When it comes into play, you choose 4 non-enchantment permanents. You put counters on those, and at the end of the turn, it's going to randomly choose one of those permanents that have one of these counters on it, and it's going to destroy it. So if we hit multiples of these, we could be destroying multiple permanents each turn, which could be land, and again, shutting our opponent out. We also have Waking the Trolls, 4 copies of this. This is the ultimate land destruction spell in this deck, at least. It is a saga for 6 mana. We will destroy land as soon as it comes into play. And then we get to put lands from a graveyard onto the battlefield under our control. So we could be potentially putting our opponent's lands into play that we're destroying. Maybe they have some really cool lands, maybe some scry lands, or just lands that have different abilities. So we could be putting those into play on our end that we're blowing up. Or if we've been drawing and discarding a lot of cards and maybe a lot of land, we could also be returning our lands. But again, it's never fun to bring your own lands back with this. You always want to be bringing back your opponent's land. And then on top of that, when it gets to Chapter 3, we get to choose an opponent. And then if they have fewer lands than we do, we get to create a number of 4/4 green troll warriors with trample equal to the difference. So if we have 10 lands in play and they only have 4, we're going to get 6 4/4 trampling trolls that we get to kill our opponent with on the following turn. And then last but not least, we have 1 copy of Overwhelming Splendor. In JohnWayne's version, he had 2 copies. I don't have 2 copies of this card. I didn't want to craft it. So again, we're playing 1 copy of Overwhelming Splendor. We're also adding 4 copies of Haphazard Bombardment. And we are playing 24 lands. So this is the Troll Meme Mastery deck. We're gonna give it some games. We've already played those games. And again, remember, this is for the memes. This is not competitive. This is just for fun. I do not recommend building this deck at all unless you have the cards already. And again, because we are only bringing you the wins, because it's fun. We have some pretty crazy draws at some pretty opportune times. I really hope that you guys enjoy the games. So sit back, relax, watch these games. Tell me what you think. We'll be back soon at the wrap up. All right, everybody, real quick, just wanted to throw this in. Meant to talk about it just a second ago, but I forgot. But it's going to be a few extra days before the next video comes out. This weekend is me and my wife's 1-year anniversary. So we are going to be celebrating that. So I don't have anything recorded in backlog or anything like that. That's going to be pushed out. I just want, open transparency with everybody. But I'm going to be enjoying our anniversary with my beautiful wife. And but I will, as soon as we get back from that, I do have a couple days off. So I will be making some content that hopefully everybody will enjoy. I have no clue what it is yet. I'm just going to hope that you all enjoy it. So just wanted to throw that out there before we get started and hop into the video. So again, Thanks so much for your patience as always, and we're gonna actually hop into the video. We'll see you all at the wrap up. All right. So let's get these games started. JohnWayne in Discord, thank you for the list. Thank you for revamping our previous Mizzix's Mastery Reckoning deck and changing it from what it was into a land in destruction enchantment type thing. So we're gonna mulligan this. We'll keep. We will put back. And we're gonna unfortunately put that back. That's our one of. Forever on the bottom. Yep. I wonder if this is elementals. Oh, it's mutate. Okay. All right, so we definitely have a chance. We do need to draw Wrath. See what goes on here first. Simon says. Okay, you are going to be drawing cards. Draw a discard, so he gets a loot and then draw. That's pretty good. Some great synergies there. Now your creature is going to start having all the crystals. I do wish that we had more than one enchantment in our hand. That's pretty good. We just need a discard outlet now, so we have 9 more left in the deck. Another symbiote. So they're going to go all in on mutating this one symbiote, giving it all the crystals. That's the good thing, is we're not taking an additional 3 damage. We're just taking 3. So I think what we actually have to do here, this is kind of unfortunate, but I do think we have to do this. Discard. I think those are the discards. Again, looking for a Wrath. We want to keep as many draw spells. All right, this is about to be really bad. We're going to be taking 6, 7, go to 11. This is gonna, the Starks is gonna put 3 permanents into play. Pretty much Wrath or bust here. Mutate and Historic. Go. Definitely could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. Oh. Okay. Maybe he'll accidentally go over. You want to go over? Yeah, top card 100% has to be a Wrath. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Wrath of God, please. Holy moly. just get to keep going. Maybe they deck themselves. Maybe they deck themselves. Let's go. So that is a lot of business. That is a lot of business. They haven't even played a land this turn? Wow. $14 cards left. 8 cards in their hand. You basically have like a, I don't know, 10% chance of drawing a Wrath. All right, deck, one time. One time off the top. One time. The more you say one time, the better your odds go up, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How crazy is that? Wrath of God? Don't have a negate? I mean, if you have a counter here, you just deserve to win. I mean, you deserve to win anyway. Alrighty. Now we should have played this Triumph. But we had to, like, just in case they had, like, a Jawari disruption or a... Oh, and then nothing. Another Wrath. Okay. All right, they're gonna Shark. Shark has flash, right? Yep. Yep. You can gain 2 life. This is a crazy game. This is a crazy game. Should I good game them? Oh my gosh, we're doing this. So we Wrath, we might die. We bring stuff back, we get to steal a lot of stuff. Then they get to mutate on top, bounce stuff. We might die anyway. But I think we have to do this. Alright, well, we are at 1. We're going to go to 3. This is Starks. Discard, discard. Oh, why weren't you there? We're gonna get greedy. discard, discard. Let's go. A claim. We are going to destroy this. Wake the trolls. It's fine. Do what you gotta do. Oh, this game. This game. Yeah, we'd still very easily lose this game. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Come on, Temple. Oh, man. Oh, man. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Comes the rope. The rope. Oh, not the rope. All right. We're gonna... Aww. Are they gonna kill our late... Okay. That's 100% fine. We were gonna wrath anyway. Oh, after all that, they just chose to scoop it up? Well, that was an awesome first game. Well, mutate. All thanks to that Wrath of God. Timely drawn Wrath of God. Make sure you're stopping to hydrate. Can never stress that enough. We're going to keep. We are going to keep. Make our opponent think we're on like a Jeskai build. Uh-oh, what if our opponent's playing the exact same thing that we're playing? I 100% doubt that they're doing that, but... We do have the combo essentially in our hand. We just have to get enchantments in the graveyard. Okay, there we go, there we go. I'm really liking Faithful Mending. Really want to know what our opponent's on. Really like to get one of our gain control enchantments in the graveyard. Something. I don't want to just hit... Potentially just haphazard bombardment here. I want a little bit of... I think we just still win if we do that, though. Not gonna do anything? Iteration? Okay. So I think they're playing a Mizzix deck. Right, and they probably have a Dovin's Veto here. That's fine, let's see what they get. I'll get to see what they get. Oh, and we misclicked. Oh, and we misclicked. That's fine. Actually, my microphone got in the way and didn't even realize that it said next turn. But hey, mistakes happen. Take it in stride. Might actually be better that we get to see an extra card now. Interesting. Okay, yeah, they're definitely on a Mizzix deck. Oh, perfect. Lay claim. No. Well, I really would have liked to have done it there, but I think we're going to get a really good turn here. Opponent can't... I mean, what does our opponent have of ours, right? Okay, Niv Mizzet is fine. Alright, so Dovin Veto doesn't really do anything. It's actually just... is perfect. That was perfect. So attach Overwhelming Splendor, submit. We're just gonna take land. Yep. We're gonna kill that. Yep. Oh. So that one misclick really turned our hand around. Opponent tapping out. I really felt like they did have Dovin's Veto before they cast the Siphon Insight, but wow. Ooh, that was a sweet game. All right, on to the next one. Yeah, all the trolls, all the memes. Tolarian Rector. Rector. Insert joke about darn near killing her. All right, so this hand seems okay, right? Turn 2, Thrilling Discovery, where we get to discard 2 big enchantments. Opponent's probably on a red deck. They have these dragon sleeves. You ever seen one of these dragon sleeves play a blue deck or a white deck? Oh, maybe. Okay. Oh, okay, no, it's got red in it. All right, well, the fact that it has white in it is going to make our... Oh, it's slippers. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't hate where we are. First strike and haste. Unearth. Unearth is actually pretty good. We're going to be trying to Wrath a lot. We're going to be Wrathing next turn. Collected Company. All right. Collected Company Slivers. Oh, that was a whoopsie. Discard. Now we're going to discard this. All right, well, where were you when we could have discarded you last turn? Sliver. Very weary about what could potentially happen here, right? I mean, if they unearth this and then they unearth another one and they hit us for like 3 or 2. I'm not really feeling too... Okay. Perfectly fine. So they are going to have to rely on the unearth here. They are going to have to rely on that. And we're just going to keep drawing these. Keep drawing these, friends. Yeah, we're gonna be able to just go through our whole deck. Gain life. I'm not afraid to fire off a Mizzix's Mastery for a Wrath of God. Okay. It says each sliver core. Okay, so it has to be in play for that to actually be... Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, I don't think we care right now. That's pretty good. I mean, maybe they haste us here, but I think hasting or unearth actually does haste. They would just get rid of this. That'd be huge. Just 5. I think we're good. Now let's take one more look. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, let's play claim. Let's play claim. Let that. Yeah. Seems good. Oh, this deck. You may not win every game, but it's pretty sweet, this deck. Keep going. We're on a little bit of a streak right now. Oh, there are just some decks that people should not be allowed to play in the regular play queue. Alright, we get to go first. We Faithless Looting on turn 2. I don't hate this hand. I wish we had a little life gain or extra discard spells, but we get to discard twice. So, on turn 2 and on turn 3, so I don't hate this hand. Mono white life gain. Could argue that we should play the Sacred Foundry there, but actually, oh, they're playing this deck? Okay. We might just be dead next turn. We might just be dead this turn. We're not dead this turn. Right? We all the Sacred Foundries. Literally all of the Sacred Foundries. Okay, Wrath was actually pretty good. However, all right, so if we do this, we lay claim, Bolus's Clutches. Yeah, I think we just do this. Attach, attach, attach. Kill that one. Yep. Ooh. I do feel like if they would have drawn a land, we were probably dead. They probably just would have pulled off the infinite combo and gotten us. But they did not draw that land. All right, next game. Oh man, that was sweet. That was sweet, even though they were not able to combo off because of that missed third land. But now we get to play against John. This is quite dang, right? I think we keep. This. We have two cyclers. We have a Wrath. Opponent is playing. Okay. They could be playing anything. So, pay 2 life. And we'll gain our 2 life back immediately. I think we're fine. This also bluffs a counterspell. Pretty okay with that. Blood Artist. Sure. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. We're just going to get rid of double Steam Vent here, unfortunately. Opponent's probably looking at our graveyard and thinking, what are they playing? Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of damage. Eight, I believe. That's all vampires? Holy moly, I didn't even realize that. Yep, took exactly 8. So I think, actually, no, I think we're fine, right? Because we can gain 2 life here. We can discard what we need to discard. We could steal that. Yeah, I think we're good. We get to lay claim all their permanents. And then we get to haphazard bombardment all 4 of their land. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. An opponent lost life this turn. Lost life. Okay, that's just a 2/2. Doesn't seem like it does anything. So let's not discard that yet. Let's discard these 2. Actually, no. We're correct. Oh, and we drew this? Oh, come on. This just can't get any better. I mean, it could have gotten better. All right, let's go. Lay claim. Lay claim, lay claim. Commit. Yeah, let's just go after their land. We came here to do. Who's the Blood Artist deck now? Opponent should definitely get in for 1. Oh. And by getting in for 1, I mean concede. Oh, this deck is sweet. JohnWayne, thank you so much for converting it to this. I love it. I love it. Even though your version didn't have the haphazard bombardments. Keep going. Every time I cast Mizzix Mastery, I just want to hold up Mizzix Mastery, right? Thomas. Oh, man. This is a good mix of cards. We have one of the cards. We have some looting effects. We have a Wrath. Yeah, we have 2 land, but we get to see a bunch of cards. Take it slow here. Take it slow. Alright, we'll start. Well, not exactly what we wanted. Opponent gets this. Oh, okay. So this is a Death Touch deck. We're gonna need it, right? Because, yep. Definitely gonna need it. We want them to overcommit just a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna go and do this now. Really wanted them to overcommit there, but okay. Not afraid of 1. 1 is fine. He might just be casting Waking the Trolls next turn. Do I dare? Do I dare? Let's see what we draw. Okay. right, well, we still have not hit one of our reckonings, which is fine. We're at 17. We're doing okay. There's a reckoning. So I think we are good. We're just gonna cast double mending here. We'll go up to 20. Oh. We're not exactly hitting what we want to be hitting. Okay. All right, so I definitely could have gone after that, but I feel like regardless of what we do there, they probably concede. So let's say hypothetically we actually hit. We would have stolen something. Yeah. I think they would have conceded regardless. So all right, well. Let's keep going. All right, well. See if we can go. Let's just see if we can do a perfect curve. Faithless looting, mending, and then just get there. Oh well. This is kind of what we asked for. All right, let's see what we get. Okay. One of those on mono green. Maybe we can slow it down. Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit. I think we have to. Let's just keep playing these triomes. Nissa? They have Nissa mana. Will that one guy, 92, play Nissa here? I did not expect to bolt. Especially a 3 mana to bolt. Did not expect that. To be 100% honest with you. What does this say? Oh, we can't gain life? I don't care about that. I got very concerned for a second that Narset effects were happening to us. But they were not. Yeah, like I got overly concerned about not being able to draw cards there. Okay. So 3 mana Planeswalker Tribal. Seems fine. You don't activate? I mean, if they're going to get rid of our graveyard, they're going to get rid of our... Right? So we're keeping the triomes just in case we need to use them to draw cards. So, I mean, we'll be pretty good if we hit a Mizzix's Mastery. Get to steal one of their Planeswalkers. Okay. So this is a very interesting, like, weird 5-color deck thing. This is definitely three mana Planeswalker Tribal. What does this do? Alright, we discard. Sure. You did it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start there. I mean, Davriel hits us, that's fine.
I don't think you'll be needing that.
Maybe they play another Davriel and they're like, oh, oops.
You're doing me a favor.
What does this do? Nothing crazy.
All I've left you is pay.
Okay. I'll take it. So, I mean, at this point, we're going to lose this card anyway, so we might as well play it. This actually gives us a couple of redraws next turn to a Mizzix's Mastery. This could be pretty good for them.
These contraptions have their uses. Ugh, what a wide...
Right, well. All or nothing. We're about to get 4 4/4s. That's fine.
Most situations, no matter how dire, are
This could be bad. I think we fire off the Faithless Looting, the top 10 cards, put 3 of them into your hand. What's the worst they could hit in mono green? I think we have to take Davriel, right? Because we're going to go to 5. We're going to get a lot of trolls. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Don't have a land. Oh. Oh, and we drew it. Oh my gosh, how clutch. How freaking clutch is that? How clutch. Ooh. Attach Bolus's clutches. Oh my gosh. So we Bolus's clutches Karn. We lay claim Davriel. And then we Waking the Trolls. 2 land. Oh man. That was gonna be sick. That was, oh man, that was the perfect. He didn't have a land for this Karn. Oh man. Whew. So these were a lot of fun games. I did check while we were playing. This was our 7th win, so awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm going to talk about these games here in the wrap up. All right, everybody, welcome back to the wrap up. And again, we only brought you the wins. We did manage to put out 7 wins, actually pretty fairly quickly. We did lose 4 games while we were playing. We lost to a very aggressive green-red deck. We lost to the mono blue aggro deck, you know, with the flash creatures and the draw cards. We lost to that. We lost to goblins because goblins are goblins. And then I don't remember what the other deck we lost. Oh yes, we actually did lose to a sliver deck because they just had the most ridiculous draw, and we actually never drew a Wrath or a Mizzix's Mastery. So yeah, it was pretty tough. But I mean, again, this deck is very, you know, very meme-ish. You know, it's got meme in the name for a reason. So if we were going to try to make this a little more competitive, we would be playing some 3-mana sweepers like Anger of the Gods, stuff like that as well, and then cutting back on some of our big payoffs. You know, probably like Haphazard Bombardment, because that's not the best card, but again, it's one of my favorite cards. So we are going to play it, especially because it fits into this. So I do want to actually hit on one thing. So one thing we actually kind of toyed around with before we changed it up and add Haphazard Bombardment is we actually tried out Mirror Maids. Mirror Maid is actually a 3-mana enchantment that I'll actually show it to you. So it's a 3-mana enchantment, and it says you can have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or enchantment on the battlefield. So on the surface, this card actually looks really cool and looks like it would really synergize with this deck really well. Luckily, though, we actually took it into a game to test it because I was pretty sure of this interaction. So since what we're trying to do is we're focusing on trying to put all of our enchantments into play at once. So with Mirror Maid, if Mirror Maid's in the graveyard and we have no other enchantments on the board at the time that we bring everything back into play, this actually doesn't see anything to copy. So it just comes back into play as a Mirror Maid. So that's why we decided to take this out, add in Haphazard Bombardments, and then just go from there. So again, we were looking for other things to play, you know, Kiora Best the Sea God, stuff like that. Because again, you could use Kiora Best the Sea God's Chapter 3 ability to gain control of one of their lands, as opposed to just taking, you know, something better. But I mean, it worked out to where we found what we wanted to play. And again, I like this deck. It's a lot of fun. You're going to be able to catch your opponents off guard. Some decks now, especially in Best of One, are playing a lot of Graveyard Hate. You do run into the mono white control deck with the 9 live Solemnity, stuff like that. Those decks typically play Rest in Peace. And then you are going to run into artifact decks as well. Sometimes you're going to get a Karn played against you. Sometimes you're going to get a Grafdigger's Cage played against you. You know, maybe they're playing Tormod's Crypt. So there's just going to be a lot of different hate cards out there that are just going to get you. So again, this is for the memes. Troll Meme Mastery, in my opinion, super fun. I actually like this version better than the curse version. Again, the curse version was really the more memey version, but this just really fits in with the card Waking the Trolls, memes. It just comes together, I think, a little bit better. So again, thank you to JohnWayne for putting this deck together. Big shout out to him. Again, sorry, if for changing your deck up a little bit, but hey, you did say, hey, here's this deck list. Feel free to mess around with it however you want. I did not tell you that I was going to be playing, or that I was going to be making a video out of it, but yeah. So that is that. So yeah. So again, thank you guys, everybody, for watching the video. I hope you made it this far. If not, we will see you in a few days. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be gone for a few days. My anniversary is this weekend, so I am going to be taking a few days off. I'm not going to worry about trying to record, anything in advance. We're just gonna play it by ear, and I'm gonna be gone for a few days, and then I'll make some content as soon as I get back, because I will have a couple days off. So again, thanks everybody so much. Thank you so much. Just stay safe. We will see you all next time.